This is a no BS guide to selling digital products online and why it's so difficult. See, this here is the cash customer journey for digital products specifically. So we start with campaigning, then we have acquire, then we have ship, and then we have help. So campaigning is us trying to get the customer. It's basically us marketing. That's what this is. Then here we have acquire, which is basically just selling them the thing, so actually landing the sale. Then we have ship, which basically just means to send them the digital product. And then lastly, we have help, any customer support or anything like that. See, the goal here is campaign. We want this to be as large as possible. We want this circle to be absolutely massive. Then we want the acquire circle to be also as large as possible. Realistically, it won't be the same size as this. You're not going to have a 100% conversion rate, even if you are the best marketing person in the world. Then we want the ship to be the same size as the acquire circle, because every single person that buys it, we want to give them the actual product. So these should be the same size. And then we have help, and we want this to be as small as possible. The smaller this is, the more time we can spend on scaling the business. Now, for the campaign here, you actually have 4 options. Everyone thinks you only have one option. There is option 1, 2, and 3. And then we have option 4, which everyone knows about. It is making content. So everyone thinks this is the only option, even though there are 3 other options which all work perfectly well as well. But let's say you go down the route of making content online, which is totally fine. That's what I do. And I would say most people do this option here, or at least that's what we see. So you are making content. You're either doing Instagram, you're doing Twitter or X, you're doing YouTube, you're doing TikTok, you're doing one of these, and you're posting a ton of content and you're putting in all of this effort and you're like, all right, this is going to work out. I've done all of this, and that's what everyone says online. And all you have to do is choose one of these, do it consistently, and then you end up with 0 sales. And you're thinking, this doesn't make sense. Why do I have 0 sales? I'm doing exactly what everyone else is doing. Everyone else, all they're doing is posting on Instagram or posting on Twitter, and I don't understand why I'm ending up with 0 sales. And I've gone through this 100 times, and it's just so confusing. I'm like, why isn't this working? Well, the reason could be you're not selling the right thing. So you're thinking, okay, what should I sell? And there only seems to be 3 options nowadays. You're either A, selling Notion templates, which I do as well, which everyone seems to do, or you're selling courses. Or even better, you're selling courses on selling courses on selling courses. Or you're doing PDF guides on something written by ChatGPT. And you're thinking, okay, I'm selling what everyone else is selling. Everyone is selling either a Notion template, a course on selling courses, or a PDF guide that was written by ChatGPT. That's what everyone online says to do. I'm selling exactly what they want me to sell, and I'm posting on one of these platforms. I don't understand, why is it not working? And you're thinking, okay, maybe I'm selling on the wrong platform. So you're wondering, where should I sell it? And you're thinking, okay, everyone either sells on Etsy, they sell on Gumroad, they sell on Lemon Squeezy, Kajabi, Thinkific, one of these. And you're thinking, okay, maybe I just need to pick the right platform. Maybe this is the issue here. And this alone, picking one of these, is very difficult. What is even the determining factor? Why should I pick this over this? I don't understand the difference. It is very confusing and overwhelming. Now, let's say you figure that out. The next thing here is you need to understand, why should people buy from me? So this is the next big question. And for me, there is really 3 big reasons that someone should buy from you. The first reason is that you have knowledge and skills in that area. So something that you already are an expert in, or at least you are further ahead than someone else in that area. The next thing here is something that you are passionate about. What is something that you think about all the time? Something that you can talk about 24/7 and just never get bored of. That is another thing that you should consider. Now, you don't have to be 100% super passionate about it, but in my opinion, I do think it does help. Now, the last thing here is you want to ensure that there's an audience for it. You might be the most passionate person in the world and have all the knowledge on how to help worms lose weight, but you know what? If there's no audience for it, then it's not actually going to sell. So you need to ensure that there's an audience for it. Now, with things to avoid, there is actually 6 reasons that people do not buy. And it's specifically 6 reasons people don't buy digital products. These 6 reasons are a very hard lesson, and you don't want to waste your time, because if you're selling to this audience here, which, by the way, I have an acronym for, it's called SAVAGE. You cannot sell to a SAVAGE audience. They simply will not buy. And you might be thinking, well, I might just need a really good sales page. Well, what goes into a sales page? Writing a sales page isn't actually that difficult. There's a really good formula for it. You just put A here and you put B here, and then everything comes together to be a really well converting sales page. The issue that you're facing here is that they are not an audience that are ever going to buy. So you're selling stuff that no one will buy. You've posted it probably on the wrong platform. You're selling either a Notion template that they're never going to buy or a course on selling courses. And you're posting all of this self-promo on these platforms and it's not resonating with anyone. And we're thinking, what am I doing wrong? Well, you might just not be consistent. James Clear has this amazing quote that I love, which is, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. What you need here is a system to be consistent. Now, there are two groups here. Group A, you're actually being consistent. You are posting super consistently on a platform, which is great. Now, group B, you are not posting consistently. And quite frankly, if you don't post consistently, you will not get any results. Now, when I say post, it actually doesn't have to be posting. It can be another one of these options, but I'm just saying post because no one seems to talk about these three options. And posting consistently is not easy. You need a system. So I have two systems for this. One which is called the Swift campaign, which just helps you actually do your campaigning, so basically your marketing or your advertising quickly. And then I have another system for those of you who are doing content called the Create process, which has been an absolute game changer for me in making sure that I actually post consistently and I create stuff that people like. So let's say you figure out how to do this consistently and you're making stuff that people like. Now you're finally getting sales and now you are bombarded with all of these different emails in different support that you have to do. And you're thinking, how am I meant to scale this business if half the time I'm meant to be doing support? The maths doesn't add up here. Everyone says that this is a lifestyle business, but I'm spending half of my time doing actual support emails. This is the problem with all of this. It is absolutely overwhelming. There's so many stuff to think about, and people online make it seem so easy, and there's so much stuff to figure out. So what I did was create this thing called the Digital Product Blueprint, and behind these gray boxes, I have the actual frameworks. So all of these are different frameworks that fit into this blueprint here. This is the thing that has helped me grow my business. Without an actual blueprint and an actual strategy, I would not have been able to grow my business. People think, hey, all I have to do is campaign. I just have to post on Twitter and I just have to say, hey, I have Notion templates, or I have a course, or I have a guide, or whatever it is. It is not that simple. Most people selling digital products do not make a single sale. And that's because they are missing all of these different components to actually making a digital product business that actually works. So you could be doing all the marketing in the world, but if everything else here is not actually in place, you will not have a thriving digital product business. The great thing about this digital product blueprint is you want to sell something unique, something that you are passionate about, something that you have knowledge in. You can actually make money from stuff that you are passionate and know about. You don't have to sell a course on selling courses on selling courses. Digital products allow you to create a lifestyle business. And we think all I have to do is this bit here. I just need to post on Twitter more. I just have to post more on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever it is. That's not the thing holding you back. You don't have a clear brand. You don't have any strategy with your products. The campaigning you're doing has no strategy whatsoever. Then you're not converting any of the people that are landing on your page. You don't know which platform you should be selling your digital products on because you don't know what to actually take into consideration. Then you're spending so much time doing customer support for the few people that have actually bought your product. And lastly, you don't know how to make more money from the people that have bought your product. All of these things need to be taken into consideration. If you want to learn how to turn your passion into a digital product business, then check out my digital product blueprint. It is linked in the description. If you take action now, then in a year or in a few months, you might just change your life.